Scanning for audio.
Hello and welcome to another Tin Dog podcast. This is going to be on video as well as audio, so if you're just listening to the ordinary podcast, you might want to nip over to the YouTube channel. Hey, if you want to like and subscribe, feel free. However, the important bit is that it's Big Finish Day. Now, I happen to take my tiny camera, my tiny video camera, which is what I'm recording on right now, as well as my phone. So I just wanted to share some of the footage and thoughts with you, and I thought, you know what, actually having video footage might help. My original idea was to go along and interview people and say, hey, why do you like Big Finish? Which would be great. Except what actually happened was it was just bloody hot. So when I went and just enjoyed myself. I didn't think you'd mind that. Makes sense. So here's a collection of stuff that I found. There's the introduction, bits of the introduction. There's some stuff with Colin Baker. There's also the writer's room, only a few minutes of each, just to give you a flavour of what it was like. It was an absolutely brilliant time. I loved it, I truly did, and I just wanted to share what happened with you. I also uploaded a couple of shorts, so I'll include those here, just so you've got everything. So, presenting a very short Big Finish Day 2025. It's Saturday, I'm in the car, we've just filled up, I'm on my way to Big Finish Day. There it is, the quad. Mothership is calling, time to go in.
So that's how the day is looking. Keep an eye on the schedule and remember that there are 15-minute breaks between each on-stage panel to give you time to visit our shop. Now, where is the shop, Nick?
The shop is on the first floor and on the first floor, yeah.
Excellent.
Floor, same.
Remember that, we've been told to tell each and every one of you that one.
First floor.
But of course as well, you can use the breaks as well to have a chat with all the lovely people selling things as well.
That's right, and also if you buy a CD there, you can get a download associated with your purchase because they can access your account and sort that out for you. I'm not sure it will happen instantaneously, but it will happen. Being filmed, thank you. And as you know, there'll be autograph and photo sessions throughout the day. So,
there we go, that's it, yeah. Big Finish Day, the Big Finish Podcast, live! How much time have we got before we start with Colin Baker? Oh, we've got a little bit of time. Just wanted to mention, are you all aware?
So, when you've had that, even though I was one part of a team, even though quite a high profile one, it was a team production. So, I opened a shop once in Sweden, and the whole centre of Stockholm seemed to be full of people who watched Arvingarna, they called it. I can go there now, nobody knows who the hell I am, but that was certainly a taster of what Doctor Who was about, and because it was a sci-fi series on television, so I would expect this audience to be familiar with it. Don Quick. 3 people. Don Quick was only one series. It was Ian Hendry as Don Quick, who was a futuristic Don Quixote. So he was an incompetent, going through time, causing havoc, and being got out of it by his version of Sancho Panza, which was Ronald Lacey, another wonderful actor. And I was in an episode where, on this particular planet, human beings were currency in a bank. So we were all in this huge cell, waiting to be spent by the inhabitants of the planet. And they make a withdrawal of 5 humans. And then they buy their vegetables and give them 5 humans. So they put them in the bank. It was weird. And Kate O'Mara was one of the other humans in the bank. I only had one line. It was early on in my career. And the director, whose name I've now forgotten, Vernon Q. Lawrence, I think his name was. Quentin Lawrence. Anyway, I went to her and said, can I change my line? Now, an actor going to a director wanting to change one line. And I said, my line is, we are revolting. Yeah. I said, said, can I say we are rebelling? And he said, no, say the line as written, and walked away. So if ever you get to see that particular episode, you will see, and you'll hear the audience as one going, yes you are, when we all go, we are revolting! Can you believe somebody wrote that as a line?
Halt! Do not move! Speaking of nasty things, you will surrender and submit to robotization. Resist and you will be exterminated. All right. Look, why not take me to your leader instead? I am the Doctor. Doctor? The Doctor? Such a bad ride, was it? Like the Big Dipper at Blackpool. Right, come on, everyone out.
Oh, no sign of pursuers.
Do not move!
Me and my big mouse.
Prepare for transportation to the command center!
And check.
Identify yourself!
Identify yourself.
You are not a Dalek!
I should certainly hope not.
It's the sink plunger!
Sorry, wrong button.
Oh, good shot.
No, I'm very aware that when I came in, I was given the opportunity to do, I was allowed to write, and I've always wanted to do that, and I feel we should have a avenue for getting new voices in, and keeping new voices is a way of keeping the show fresh. Like, obviously, Doctor Who is just about change. The production teams change, people leave, and then new people come in, and we sort of want to keep that going. I think that's important, just so we get. Because also coming up with ideas is hard. If you can send to someone else, it's really great. So yes, I mean, generally I will probably, as I said earlier, anything going forward, newer people will be in the first half, just because you sort of want to give them a slightly easier time. Like, hello, welcome to your first time writing Doctor. Here are your 12 plot points you've got to solve. But yeah, I think it is important that we just keep getting more people and put us out of work.
And I think that I also kind of, because I was aware I came in through an open opportunity, and I kind of wanted to not pull the ladder up, and whenever it was like 10 years ago or so, there were other spin-offs. It's like I had the opportunity with David Richardson producing. He was kind of open to having new people come in on things like Countermeasures and Survivors, or working with Scott and now Heather on Gallifrey. We'd often bring new people. It's kind of, you're not giving them a Doctor Who from the off, but you're kind of bringing them in, showcasing what they can do, and I think that's,
I mean, I hounded you at several parties to give me a job, and then I was begging for Doctor Who work, but you said, let's try you on Survivors first. I think it was a test of my determination and loyalty, but actually I really I loved working on that series.
Yeah, it was really great to have that testing ground, and then once it'd been made, I could then say to David or whoever else was producing the Doctor Who, look, they can do it, so let's give them some Doctor Who.
I was at the same thing with producing. Like, I've done one series of 11, I've gone, well, that's my 11, I will now leave and someone else can come in, and I'm now doing, and he said, what, that's terrible. Someone else, and I'll do them for a series, and I'll probably leave that, and someone else can come in, and then new producers generally bring with them new writers, because they want to make their own mark, and that way the great wheel of Doctor Who, when they finish, keeps turning, and we keep getting new and exciting stuff. Okay, that seems to have covered that. Someone, I think you literally put your hand up before everyone else. Would you like a fake microphone?
I can have a fake microphone.
There you go.
I kind of got the question nearly preempted there, because I was wondering, how did you all each get your first break with Big Finish?
CD. I seduced Nick Briggs at the BBC.
That's actually true.
That is true. I was working, I got on the BBC production trainee scheme, and I met Nick doing Radio 4 Extra, as it is now, and I produced him, and I just thought, I will take the chance. Hello, Big Finish fan. He said, oh, do you want to come and see Tom Baker being recorded? And I went, no. And then he twisted my arm, and I went down, and then he said, oh, there's a job coming, do you want to come back for another Tom Baker interview, for a job interview? I went, oh, okay. So I went to another one, and then, yeah, from there off I went.
Yes, so as I mentioned, I went in for, I think it was a 2010 open submission opportunity. It was the second one they did, and didn't win it. But Alan Barnes kind of came back to me later on and said there were a few of these stories we really liked, wanted to develop them for an anthology set. So there's like a 4 single episode set. So I did my Colin and Nicola in a Jane Austen simulation world episode. And then from there, once that was recording, I met David Richardson and we started working on countermeasures. And then I got to do another 7th Doctor story and then just haven't stopped working since then, really.
Yeah, and I met Matt at a mutual friend's birthday party and found out what he did and harassed him, begged him, kept bumping into him at social events going, "Hello, I still want to write for Big Finish, please," until eventually I just wore him down.
Well, in 1892, I was doing a play with Conrad Westmath, you might know as Kerris, and he was actually one of our covers, for those who don't know, in the show. There were a couple of big names in that cast, and yet at the stage door there were people for him, for his autograph, and we were like, who are you then? And it was the first time I'd heard of Big Finish, and of course I thought Doctor Who had died. It was off my television, and this was in the years before it came back. So I was cast in Terra Firma. Gary Russell, the great Gary Russell, gave me my first job in Terra Firma. It's the first time I heard Nick Briggs do the Dalek voice, and of course met Paul McGann, who I've now written for loads of times. So I started off as an actor in Big Finish, did lots and lots of different things, and then my first writing job was for Dark Shadows. So I feel as if I've been in forever. And yes, so I've kind of done both since then. Lucky.
Yeah, I was on a panel, an audio drama panel in Oxford, and Matt was in the audience. And I just mentioned, so I said a few nice things about Big Finish. We got chatting afterwards, and Matt said, "Oh, if I can get a slot for you, I will." So